Good morning. My name is Lisa Sykes, and I'm the mother of Jewel Sykes, and I have her children sitting here beside me. And we're asking the community, whoever that we can contact, to please help us find my daughter and bring her home. Please help us. Her children need her. I'm her mother. That's my baby girl. And we need her to come home because she has a home to come home to. Please help us. We need some help. And we are asking everybody, God, please help us. We need help to find my daughter. That's my baby girl. Her name is Jewel Sierra Sykes. She's 37 years old. She's a beautiful black girl. She's one of the most prettiest women you could ever see in your life. Just send me my baby home. I ask you, please. Please help us.
37-year-old Jewel Sykes is a vibrant, loving, and outgoing woman who, according to her family, lights up every room she enters. She is also a community-oriented person who loves spending time with her family. Most importantly, she is a loving mother of 3. Everything was going as normal until Jewel's family was unable to reach her after calling her phone multiple times. The last time family and friends heard from Jewel was on February 2nd at a home on Pinewood Drive in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. They haven't seen or heard from her since. That was more than 3 months ago. Jewel Sykes is approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighs 190 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes, and it is unknown what she was wearing around the time of her disappearance.
A Weldon mother has been missing in Halifax County for more than 3 months now, and her family has serious concerns about the investigation into her disappearance.
According to her family, it is unlike Jewel to not contact family or friends, especially going without seeing or speaking to her children, who mean the world to her. Now her family is sending a message to the community. Help us find our loved one. Family members said the man she was allegedly with at the property should be a person of interest, but police said he hasn't been questioned yet. This man is said to be her significant other, a man by the name of Jason Alston. On February 2nd, Jewel phoned a friend to pick her up from the home after she and her significant other got into an argument. When the friend arrived at the home to pick her up, Jewel was nowhere to be found. She never showed back up to the home and hasn't been seen since. Her family strongly believes that Jason Alston should be a person of interest, even collaborating with local news channels and the Doc Ellis Foundation for assistance. WRAL News called him and knocked on the door of his home, but failed to get an answer. They also took the family's concerns to the Weldon Police, the agency leading the investigation. The family asked the following: was he brought in for questioning? Will police consider him a person of interest in Jewel's disappearance? According to Weldon Police Chief Christopher Davis, to his knowledge, the man has not been questioned at this time due to other information they have received. He further went on to say that he was unable to go into the specifics, but that the department is following other leads that they feel are stronger. They claim Jewel was last seen on February 2nd or 3rd in the 200 block of East 6th Street, a completely different location from where her family last knew she was. They also reported that at that time, there had been no signs of foul play in her disappearance, and that the family told officers that she doesn't suffer from any type of cognitive impairments. There has been information released stating that a ransom has been asked for Jewel's return through a Facebook message from her account. The Weldon Police Department has followed up on that and discovered that Jewel's Facebook account had in fact been hacked, and this information is not true. They are urging individuals to refrain from releasing false information due to its ability to interfere with the investigation. The family has not been informed of the details of these alleged leads and are simply not convinced that her case is being taken seriously. Her sister says, as adults, it is not uncommon that your every move isn't documented, but at this point, it is clearly obvious that she is in an undisclosed location with the inability to communicate with anyone. With nearly universal access to Wi-Fi, if given the option or opportunity regardless of her location, she would have reached out by now. Now her vast community of family and friends are praying and pleading for a safe return.
The family says this property in Roanoke Rapids is the last place that Jewel Sykes was heard from. And they say the man she was allegedly with here should be a person of interest. But police say 3 months later, he hasn't been questioned yet.
In their living room in Weldon, the family of Jewel Sykes came together to send the community a message. Help us find our loved one.
Jewel is missing and she's endangered. We know something has happened to Jewel.
Her sister says Sykes is an energetic, loving woman who can light up a room. The 37-year-old hasn't been heard from since the early morning hours of February 2nd.
The last time that anyone had talked to her, she was at her significant other's house.
This home on Pinewood Drive in Roanoke Rapids. Taylor says Sykes was here that night and called a friend asking for help.
It was an argument that took place between them, and she wanted a ride to leave. The person went to try to pick her up, and she wasn't there. She never showed up, and no one has heard from her since.
The family believes Sykes' boyfriend should be a person of interest in her disappearance. WRAL called him and knocked on his door, but didn't get an answer. We also took the family's concerns about him to Weldon Police, which is leading the investigation.
Was he brought in for questioning? Would you all consider him a person of interest in the disappearance?
He has not been questioned, to my knowledge, at this time, due to some other information that we have received.
The police chief said he couldn't go into specifics, but they're following other leads they feel are stronger. Sykes' family isn't convinced.
Where is she? If it's stronger leads, where is Jewel?
Sykes' 8-year-old son wanted to talk about his mother. I asked him what he feels when he thinks about her now.
This sadness, and this sadness and nothing else.
The nonprofit Team Cold Case is offering a $15,000 reward for information in Jewel's disappearance. As of right now, the case remains ongoing, and anyone with information should contact the Weldon Police Department at 252-536-3136, the non-emergency number 252-583-1991, or Crime Stoppers at 252-583-4444.